Hey, and welcome back to another episode of the WhizzbangBAM podcast. I'm your host, Brad Goodall. Today, we're in Lexington, Kentucky at the music venue The Burl with the co-owner, the talent buyer. He's also an artist manager, Will Harvey. How you doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm good. How's that Busch Light you're drinking? Oh, we're not supposed to be affiliated.
Well,
I'm sorry. Cut it off. We don't have to cut it.
Always refreshing. Yes.
It's good.
Yeah.
How's it going, bro? Where is your venue as we speak? How does it feel booking shows? How are you fighting through the whole thing? What's it feel like?
Well, we made it through the winter.
Right.
You know, we made it through. It's been extremely challenging.
I can imagine.
It's just you come up with one thing and then 2 weeks later you got to flip it all. But what we did last year was we focused on outdoor shows.
Right. What do you mean flip it all? There's like the different safety regulations and standards you guys had to fight through?
Yeah, a new capacity comes in. A new, you can do this, you can't do that.
Right.
And that's just been constant,
Right. With the time, how much time has passed and how many people are vaccinated and stuff, you guys adapted to outdoor shows. Do you feel like the outdoor shows worked as good, as they were less well received? How did the outdoor shows work for you guys as an adaptation?
It was amazing. And, it's something we always wanted to do, but we were never pushed to do that, right? We've always been comfortable just the inside, 400 cap show here at the Burl.
Right.
And we've always thought about doing it, but we never had that nudge in that direction. And so when we were finally forced to do that,
right,
we did it.
Are you going to continue to do it, though,
no
matter what?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to get rid of the tables. So what we did to combat, the regulations, the safety measures.
Right.
50 tables. You have to buy for a party of 6. You got to stay in your party.
Okay, yeah, all that stuff.
I'm trying to get rid of those tables, man.
I think, man,
I want to do like 1,000 people.
Man, we're on our way to that.
Yeah.
It's going to be really nice. And when this podcast comes out, it'll be too late to announce the show. But, I mean, Ona's playing tomorrow outdoors with the tables. But we did it once before while things were sketchier in the past, and we had a great time. I thought the crowd had a great time.
Yeah.
I think the outdoor addition to the club is just, it's perfect. No one's going to be complaining about sitting out in the sunshine in July watching live music.
And a lot of people have enjoyed it more.
Right.
Because you got your QR code, your drinks brought to you, your food's brought to you.
Yeah, so
you're posted up. It's
it's a different service.
Totally.
In fact.
Okay. It's a totally different experience too.
Right. Tell me about how you got involved with just club co-ownership in general, the music business in general. How did you even get involved with this to begin with?
Well, man, in college, I was managing a band. Well, I was managing my friend Ryan Anderson.
Right.
We had
of Bendigo Flecher.
Bendigo Flecher.
An amazing band, by the way.
And
a fantastic band.
Thank you. Yeah. Very good friends with the Ona boys.
Yeah,
of course.
That kid can hit notes that no one can hit. But anyway.
Well, I kind of felt that, and we were best friends in college. And,
right.
And it was kind of like, you do music, I'll do music. If you commit, I'll commit.
Right.
And so I kind of took my marketing degree and all of that into the entertainment industry.
Right.
I started with the dance company in New York for a little bit, and then came back here, was doing random things.
Whoa. A dance company?
Yeah. Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, it was a crew called Hammer Step. So it was Irish step dance and hip hop.
You used to manage an Irish step dance hip hop group?
Yeah. Yeah, lived in Brooklyn for 2 years, living
I lived in Brooklyn for 2 years.
Yeah, living on just a twin bed mattress on the dance floor of their apartment. Flatbush, yeah. Man,
you're not going to persevere through that kind of experience if you're not about representing bands and trying to grow your business. That's incredible. I had no idea. I'd never heard that story from you.
Well, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, I wouldn't call it a success.
Right.
But it definitely, living in New York right out of college, was able to come back to Lexington and feel very comfortable about being here. You know, I did that, tried that.
Right.
This is where I want to be.
Yeah, living in New York definitely is like a lifestyle muscle. If you can lift the weight of living in New York, you can kind of lift the weight of living anywhere.
Yeah.
So you come back to Lexington, and then what happens?
I was working for Wood Songs, Old Time Radio Hour. Syndicated radio program.
Gotcha.
Booking Bendigo Flecher and, kind of booking shows at different venues in town, small bars. And I'd been booking here at the Burl. And when I'd been in New York, we had done a Kickstarter campaign very successfully. So I kind of knew what was going on there. Mm-hmm. And the Burl did a Kickstarter for the arcade bar.
Okay.
And it sucked.
Okay.
It sucked.
One of those things of like you witness something happening and you're like,
I'm like, this is a conversation.
I could do better than this.
Well, it was like, I just kind of reached out to, because I had been booking through, my partner now, Canon here.
Okay.
And told them I had the money for what they were trying to do, and I didn't have the money at all.
Fake it till you make it.
But I figured out what they needed.
Sure.
And made some calls and had some really great support from some friends of mine.
And they brought you in, and now you could consider this is your bar. This is your venue.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This must take up so much of your time because this venue is always different every time I come and play here. And this is the type of venue that gets the types of acts that your Spotify feed and the bills at this show are the same. Like my Discover Weekly is like the types of indie bands and the types of bands that are burgeoning and growing and really touring a lot. I'm listening to them on Spotify, and then 3 months later they're coming through here. That happens all the time. I don't know, like
that is an amazing compliment, dude. Because like at this size room, that's what we're after. That's what we're trying to do.
It's the perfect size, and I just think the curation of the taste of the type of acts that you guys bring in through here is always right where I feel like the cultural zeitgeist is musically. It's your guys' timing is perfect.
No, I appreciate that, man.
No,
I mean, this could easily be a honky tonk bar.
It could have easily been,
but that's not what it's about.
No, and you got to just do whatever you're passionate about. And if you're working with a band like Bendigo, who has sort of what I would call the modern culmination of like a bunch of new sounds, but also they're doing something very original. But it's like, I guess they still fall under the indie umbrella.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, it's that same aesthetic that like young people want to hear it, but also the audience is big because the music is fresh and the talent is there. And it just feels like the booking here is always top notch, and it's also just a really fun venue to play in general.
Yeah.
Well, indoor or outdoor.
Man, it's been, we opened in 2016. Our focus has always been on the artist.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we've just redone the green room.
Yeah, that's obvious in that green room.
We've, I try not to, like, if an artist arrives and they're wandering around lost, like, I'm upset about that because that's not what a band wants when they're on the road.
Right.
And we've really tried to cater to the performers over the years.
Right.
And it's shown because it's helped us get, maybe a bigger band that's like, well, we heard it from our friends in Nashville. Or
your reputation is how you're getting these slick bands that come through. It's because the word of mouth travels well through musicians and like, nah, play the Burl, you'll have a good time, you'll get taken care of, it's all good. And that those words get spread around the music community is on the band end because we're always talking about what venues we like and don't like,
or what you don't like.
And what we don't like gets talked about quite a bit.
Yeah.
Ian Thornton was mentioned that you guys might be talking about live streaming. Are you dipping your toe into the live stream water? Are you going to continue to do that? Are you interested in it?
Man, we've done a little bit of that. I think out of necessity.
Right.
It's something I'm always open to, and I think that's part of why this place has been so dynamic over the years. Is like, we're pretty open to if it's a good idea, let's try it.
At least give it a shot.
Yeah, we don't have a board or like city things to red tape to jump through. Like if it's something cool, we'll do it.
Sure.
And like the live stream thing for me personally is just, it's not the same.
It's not
as
the
a live experience.
That was one of those adaptions that we had to do. And with Ona, my band, it was the band I played keyboards in. I hate to put myself on top of it. Like
it's you, dude.
It's no one's band. It's a collective. Let's be honest here. Yeah. We did one live stream with the good folks at Impact Media, and we waited. We didn't go live on Instagram a bunch. We just waited to do it the right way. I feel like with the live streaming, you get more impact if you can just do it right a few times rather than going live all the time, every time. So maybe you could still, if you wanted to set up and do that kind of thing, expand your audience that way, just do it. If you're going to do it, make it count.
Yeah,
I don't see any use of just doing it all the time for no reason.
It's definitely not going to go away.
No, that's going to be a huge
logistically,
thing.
It makes so much sense for some bands,
it's
just easy to pull off.
Yeah, there's a difference between recording a live album and then publishing it a year later after it's been mixed. It's a different vibe to just tune in to a YouTube link or a Twitch link or a Facebook link and just be right there in the chat watching the set go down. So I'm not opposed to the live streaming. It's more of just like now that there's like the whispers of safely playing shows again, I don't want to think about live streaming now. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I just
dude,
like
totally.
pivot back to real
No,
life
and
as soon as possible.
For us here, like, we've got the arcade over there.
Hmm?
I'm trying to get people here.
Yeah.
I want to create that feeling, that experience, that social setting. That's like,
Right.
that was something.
Yeah. If you get them here, it's all going to work out.
Yeah, typically.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, man, thanks for coming by. This is your club. I appreciate
Thank you.
I appreciate you having me in here to host the podcast, man.
Of course, yeah.
Thanks. We'll talk a little bit later, I'm sure. But
Definitely.
thank you, everybody. This has been the Whiz Bang podcast with our lovely guest, Will Harvey.
Thanks, Brad.